Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Or if you're new here, welcome to my channel, the Maximus Kerr YouTube channel. And today I'm going to talk about the absolute DC universe and why I believe it is the best thing to happen to comics and to DC, and why it's better than the original universe. So stay tuned. First, I want to talk to you about my favorite character who is better in the absolute universe. Batman. Dun 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 dun. This Batman is a badass, brutal, and of course he's huge like a giant. And the reason why I like this version of Batman is because he's not a billionaire. Well, yeah, not a billionaire. He's a blue collar worker who is poor. His parents are poor, and he had to lost his father instead of his mother, which is another good thing because I like how his mother is still alive. And as I read the series, I am very curious to see if she'll figure out that her son is Batman. And for spoilers, for those who haven't read the new issue, Martha Wayne was a former talent of the Court of Owls. So that's a spoiler, huge spoilers. Uh, and she probably caused the death of her husband. We don't know that yet, but there's some theories. So anyway, back to Batman. I like how this Batman is very big. He's a bodybuilder. He is 7 feet tall, menacing, and imposing, and that he made an axe, which is cool, and the fact that his villains are monstrous versions of his villains, and that like it's from Dark Souls or from Berserk, which is very cool, and that most of his villains were his friends, as we read throughout the comic issues that they became villains. Bane was like a goddamn scary Bane and a monster who broke Batman physically and mentally and destroyed his friends, ruined his friends, and was one of the causes for them to become villains. So I'm very curious to see, Two Face and Penguin and Riddler looks very cool. And also the Joker in this universe is a demonic being or maybe like an eldritch evil that is like destroying or plaguing Gotham, making it worse every time. And the fact he's a billionaire, which is very common for modern billionaires or our billionaires who are just this evil, selfish people. And that the Joker, in the outside, is just this normal guy who doesn't smiles, he frowns, he's so serious, but his true form is this evil clown demon that does laugh and enjoys chaos and misery. So that's very cool. And Catwoman, of course, in this universe and continuity, is a childhood friend of Bruce Wayne, and of course they grew up together, fell in love, and you know, had feelings for each other. And this Catwoman, which is very interesting, and I do like how she is different than her original counterpart. I don't care about her skin color that much. Oh, and her costume is very interesting. Kind of reminds me of the Batman 2004 TV show, if you guys remember that show. And the fact that that her tail, I believe, is a gun. Like it can attach to a gun and shoot. And yeah, and Poison Ivy, what I just read, the issues with Poison Ivy is very horrifying. That she's like not human anymore, just a monster. But kind of like how she became like a freaking Lovecraftian monstrosity, and then like kind of like send a biblical accurate angel to kill Batman. So yeah, I am enjoying the series so far, and I hope those who are reading it too are enjoying it as well. So Yeah, I mean, I do like this version of Batman, and I'm not saying I don't like the original Batman too. The original Batman is good. It's great too, but it's it's like the Batman from like the 30s. So yeah. Anyway, up next is Wonder Woman. Okay, here's Wonder Woman. Da 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 ba 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 da 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 da. This Wonder Woman, I do. I think it's very interesting and cool than her original counterpart, which in this universe, she is the last Amazon. She was raised in Hell, and in Hell, she was raised by Circe, which is, I think, a goddess in Greek mythology or witch in DC continuity. And she has a big ass sword, flies in a skeletal Pegasus, and is very big, and still has like the core values of Wonder Woman, which is compassion and love, and other stuff that she's associated with also. And yeah, I'm a fan of Wonder Woman in general. If you don't know, or if you care, I was very disappointed that her video game was canceled by WB, which was the stupidest thing ever. But that's another rant for another time. And yeah, I do like this Wonder Woman. Not so much. I mean, I like both Wonder Womans. Wonder Woman is a very cool and important character, and I believe she does belong in the Mount Rushmore of superheroes. So yeah, she does fight demons. She's met Batman in this universe. She has Steve Trevor, and she's just like a very cool version of Wonder Woman, who is a witch in this universe. Uses magic, and yeah, uses magic. And as I read through the issues, she already fought her villains like Giganta, Cheetah, and then Dr. Poison, and recently fought Satana, which was very cool, and I like this Absolute Universe version of Satana. Very interesting, very gothic, which I like, and of course filled with magic. So yeah, the Wonder Woman series is doing very good. And I have been trying to read some Wonder Woman comics that are not this Absolute Universe. Most of them were the New 52, which I know is very divisive and not a huge fan of many people's version of Wonder Woman. And yeah, I have seen the movies. The first one was okay, and the other one was meh. And yeah, that's my take on Wonder Woman. So the other people, the other heroes, are up next. The other heroes of the Absolute DC universe, like Superman, are done differently. For example, Superman is a young adult came who is a young adult when he came to Earth. He wasn't a baby when he came to Earth, and he grew up on Krypton with his parents instead of just being set off from Krypton from a baby. And this Superman is an absolute beast. He shows his true power. He's tough, menacing, and scary. Kind of like hard rock, like the style of the Superman. It kind of reminds me of Man of Steel, like his costume does. Man of Steelish, like that godly, raw, menacing version of Superman, which was what which this Superman reminds me of. And yeah, so in his issues that I have read, I don't have like a book cover or graphic novel version of it, but I have read it. Mark my words, I did. He has been fighting villains and then villains including like Ra's al Ghul, which in this universe is a giant and buff. It looks nothing like what Ra's al Ghul usually does look, which in my opinion is very cool. And he's a CEO of the Lazarus Corporation, I think it's called in this universe. And by the way, most of the villains like Joker, Ra's al Ghul, Veronica, Wonder Woman villain, and a few others are kind of like CEOs that are like know that the heroes are out there and that Darkseid, mainly Darkseid in the Absolute Universe created the Absolute Universe, which Darkseid is like basically God that created this universe, and most of all, he hates Batman so much, so that's why he makes him suffer with these monsters that are trying to kill him. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about Absolute Scarecrow, which I am looking forward to, and it does look very, very horrifying. Like the best Scarecrow design I've seen ever. The second one is the Arkham Knight, which Scarecrow should be like a horror villain, a very scary horror villain that is the master of fear and horror and will break Batman mentally. Oh so Superman is badass in this universe. I like his costume, his cape is uh alive. That's what like spawns, and he has an AI I think built to his suit, which is very cool. We've never seen that from Superman, or that's a new thing. And yeah, I haven't read the Superman issues, the new Superman issues, but I will get to them as soon as I can. And Green Lantern is very cool too. I haven't read much of hers, but she's very different in this universe. The Green Lantern, or one of the Green Lanterns, is a woman, and Hal Jordan is a villain, which I recall. I had to keep reading some more Green Lantern stuff. And Martian Manhunter, I am sorry to say, but I have not gotten into Martian Manhunter. But I will. I heard it's good. I heard the writer just made the best Martian Manhunter stories in this absolute universe. And Flash is great. In this universe, Barry Allen is not the Flash. He is dead, or presumed dead, I think. And Kid Flash, Wally West, is the main Flash of this universe, which is very cool. And I do like the Reverse Flash in this universe. I like that there's a character called Veronica Thawne, or Elizabeth Thawne. I forgot her name, but I'm very curious to see if she will become a speedster. I would like to see a female Reverse Flash. That would be something cool and different and unique. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to Catwoman's issue, which we will be coming in June of this year, and also Green Arrow, which is coming in May, and I am looking very forward. I love Green Arrow's design in this universe, very badass, and that he's like a serial killer who punishes corrupt elites. So it's not Robin Hood who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. It is a punisher of wickedness and the destroyer of the evil elite, which is very cool. And Black Canary. I am very looking forward to those comic books, and I just want to end it off by saying the Absolute Universe is way better than the original, which I'm not saying the original is bad. It's just my opinion. The Absolute Universe is a unique universe where writers can create new stories and different versions of the characters without bastardizing them or ruining them. And I highly recommend all of you go and go and get these comics, support your local comic book shops, support comics and art in general, not AI art. I hate AI. So yeah, that's my take on the Absolute Universe. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Peace.